And welcome back to the Birkenhauer Memorial Gymnasium for the matchup between the 8-7 Salesianum and the 9-4 Howard Wildcats. This matchup has a lot of history going back many years and has been integral to the growth of Delaware basketball. A face-off of high-powered offenses averaging 65 points respectively. As Howard comes off a tough loss, Liam, what do you think should be their main focus tonight?
I think Howard really needs to focus on the consistency of their point making. When we last saw them against St. E's at Chase Fieldhouse, they were really struggling, scoring 25 points in the first half, which was fairly impressive, but scoring 0 in the third quarter. They really need to make sure they keep these points flowing and at the same time stopping this electric Salesianum offense.
As Salesianum will be without Kareem Thomas tonight after 2 technical fouls at the Chase Fieldhouse against Sanford. He will be sidelined as Luke Brown will check in for the starting lineup. Salesianum going with a lot of height against Howard, who their tallest player is 6'3". So we'll see how they use that tonight.
Justin Hines with the tip-off.
As we are underway, and Zach Swartout will lead the command. There's Hinson. Justin Hines scanning for Swartout. The lob. Shut down by Howard.
We saw a lot of those lobs coming in the last home game here at the Burke. They were just lobbing it up every few times and got a lot of dunks off of it, so I expect to see something similar tonight.
As they call it all Salesianum Howard possession. As we will see the first look at Howard's offense tonight. Led by guard Tion Jenkins, the senior. Over for Johnson. There's Lane, their leading scorer, as he starts off the night. Matchup here is Nicholas Baysaw against Isaiah Hinson. As Hinson can't get it to go. As Jenkins takes over. Looking to extend the lead. Over for Baysaw. Baysaw scanning. Finds Bryson Lane. Over for R.J. Matthews. And the layup is no good for Baysaw. R.J. Johnson brings it down, up for Hines, up to Luke Brown. Gets undercut.
R.J. with a good rebound there before, boxing out 2 other defenders, leading the team in rebounds with 44.
Will stay Salesianum possession. As Hinson takes it in the corner for Swartout. Into Hines in the low post. Johnson drives. Can't get it to go. Luke Brown rebound. That will be a foul on the shot. That will be the first on Tion Jenkins.
Luke Brown just did a massive body. It's going to be hard to stop these layups by him, and I can't see a lot of ways to defend that except fouling him.
Yeah, it's going to be really important for Howard tonight to box out. They love to get their guards on the glass and push in transition as Luke Brown misses the first free throw. But as I was saying, they love to get their guards on the glass and push in transition. If Salesianum can crash the offensive glass tonight, it'll be very important for their offensive production. As Luke Brown goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line, starts off the scoring for Salesianum. So with the score of 1-2, Jenkins drives. Back out for Lane. Over to Baysaw. Sizing up Zach Swartout. Finds Johnson, 3, no good. Rebound Justin Hines. Settles it down for Isaiah Hinson. As Justin Hines will get fouled. That will be the first on Bryson Lane. So Liam, we're seeing a lot of dribble penetration tonight. Do you think that was one of the stresses of the game plan tonight?
I think so. They really need to make sure they get them out of the paint, and because of this size difference, there's not a lot they can do once they are in the paint, so they need to make sure they get the ball out of their hands so they can score some points and really take lead.
As Justin Hines hits the first free throw. Against Samford on Saturday night, the pick and roll game was very effective with their big men being Pat McGuinn and Luke Brown. They got a couple easy duck-in layups and dunks, so I feel like that could definitely shift the momentum as Zach Swartout will pick up his first foul going against Tion Jenkins.
As you said, layups and dunks, very aggressive within the inside of this box, and I expect to see a lot of that here, and so far it shows.
As Bryson Lane gets the layup to go off the offensive rebound. As Luke Brown could not get the jumper to go. Jenkins looking to push in transition. Slows it down, drives past Swartout. As that would be another foul on Swartout. This one on the floor as well. Shayna, Liam, a pretty big problem tonight has been the defensive rebounding for Salesianum, as George Nelson will check in for Zach Swartout.
It's still early in the game. I expect to see a lot of aggression still. I mean, they have a lot of history, and with a lot of history comes a lot of aggressiveness, so I expect to see so much out of him.
And Liam, if you look at these matchups, every position on the court, Salesianum has a height advantage.
And yet they are still making these great floaters, acting like they're going into the paint, but pulling back at the last moment.
That's Nick Bayshaw. Very effective scorer for Howard. As that three is good for Justin Hines. Off the assist from R.J. Johnson. They're doing a great job with their dribble penetration, kicking it out for open threes.
Amazing three there. He had a lot of pushback on that. There was a lot of defensive pressure, and he was still able to stay calm and cool and collected and make an easy three.
Bayshaw hits a three right back for Howard. As Salesianum looks to push again, Justin Hines in the corner lays it back for Isaiah Hinson. Luke Brown up top, screen by Hinson. Justin Hines with the ball, step back. Thought about a three, almost turned it over. Isaiah Hinson driving. Out for Hines. Three's good! Justin Hines! Starting off the night hot. 2 for 2 from 3.
He is not fazed at all by this defensive pressure.
Over for Bayshaw. Jenkins in the corner, Bayshaw back up top. Matthews calling for the ball, he'll get it. Luke Brown on him. He'll look to drive, gets by Luke Brown. Looked like he was fouled, no call. Justin Hines with the rebound in the push. Hinson in the corner. Lays it off for Nelson, look to reset the offense. Screen by Hines. Trying to feed Hinson the ball. Ball goes off the ref. Jenkins fell to the ground, but still able to recover. R.J. Matthews will bring it up for Howard. Over to Bayshaw. Screen by Matthews. Bayshaw lost it out of bounds off Salesianum. Howard will retain possession. R.J. Matthews with the ball. A lot of motion here. Finds Johnson. In for R.J. Matthews, and he gets the layup to go. So Liam, although Salesianum has a lot of height on Howard, Howard is right now dominating in the paint. Getting a lot of their points there.
Yes, it seemed like a very major focus of their practice so far. I saw them warming up a lot in the paint. They have a lot of good deep twos, but it seemed like a deep focus as they clearly realized this height advantage.
As Hinson is off for three, George Nelson fighting for the offensive rebound. Jump ball called. I believe that will be Howard possession, and it will.
Sally's responding with a little bit of this pressure coming from steals.
As R.J. Johnson will check out for James Lauer. And R.J.
to knock that ball out of his hands.
Yeah, great start from James Lauer. Fresh off the bench, already making a defensive impact. as he's on Johnson, but face off for three, and it's good. Face off with his second three of the night. Score is 9-14. As Hinson gets to the cup, can't get it to go, neither can Luke Brown. Hinson stays with it, floater, good.
That entire time, there were men on the ground. Just so many people packed into that box at the same time, just as we suspected.
As Basaw has the ball, looking to drive past Hinson. Out for Jenkins, pass offline, Salesianum possession. As Hinson will set up the offense, guarded by Basaw. As Luke Brown will take the high post. George Nelson wide open in the corner, couldn't get it to him. As there goes Lane, has Jenkins. Nice looking reverse layup there from Tion Jenkins. As Coach Trevisan calls timeout.
Jenkins really showing his agility there, moving around all of these guys and just able to sneak past everybody.
So with 1:40 left in this first quarter, score 16-11 Howard. We'll take a break and be right back. And back out of the timeout will come the Sal's Isaiah Hinson leading the charge. Over for Nelson. Justin Hines up top for Lauer. Back screen from Luke Brown. He pops out. George Nelson looking to drive. Pulls one. It's good. George Nelson starts off his night with a deep two.
Just out of the range of a three. You had to think he was a little disappointed with that one.
I'm sure Salesianum's happy with any offense as Jenkins tries to drive, loses his footing. Out for Johnson, guarded by Lauer. Basaw, guarded by Hinson, 11 on 11. Over for Jenkins, guarded by Nelson. Nelson's one of the glue guys for Salesianum, a very twitchy defender. Jenkins gets by, could not get the layup to go. Luke Brown with the rebound. As he looks to bring the ball down the court. Over for Hines. Hines drives. Finds Nelson for three. No good. James Lauer with the finish.
Coming out of nowhere to fix his mistake.
Yeah, someone lost their man on the defensive glass. James Lauer, the benefactor of that, as Basaw looks to push. Over for Jenkins, guarded by Nelson. Over for Lane. Guarded by Hines. Loses the ball. Hines steals. Hines pushing. Over for Nelson. Nelson gets ripped. Will stay Salesianum possession as R.J. Johnson will check back in.
You really,
Luke Brown.
Really want to watch this Jenkins-Nelson matchup as that's the most similar height you're going to see between the two, as Jenkins is able to push and fight his way around Nelson multiple times the past couple drives.
As Justin Hines will get the inbound pass, looking to go to work against Lane. Can't get the floater to go. R.J. Johnson, offensive glass. It's up and good. As we will end the first quarter. Salesianum up 1, 17-16 over Howard, and a very tightly contested game.
A much-needed momentum shift there. As coming out of that first timeout, they were down by 5, and that doesn't seem like a lot, but Howard had a lot of momentum there, but them able to pulling out 6 points and pull in front really helps with that. They're connecting on all cylinders here, and I wouldn't expect this to stop anytime soon.
We'll take a short break, and we'll be back with the start of the second quarter. we are coming back from the break in the action. Salesianum up 1 against Howard. And a very good matchup between two good offenses, as Howard is looking to bounce back after a loss to St. E's. As Hines has the ball up top. Jab step, drive. Cannot quite get it to go, but he is fouled. As that will be on Bryson Lane. His second, team's first of the quarter. As that will send Justin Hines back to the line to shoot 2. As Jamal Johnson looks to check in for Howard. And after a short delay, Hines will take his first and hit it. That brings him up to 9 points on the game. Has been perfect from the free throw line so far, 3 of 3. His fourth stays true. So Justin Hines, the first to enter double digits in this game, as Corey Herring off for Basall will look to bring the ball up. Back to Herring. Guarded by Hinson. Basall. By Nelson. Salesianum in a 2-3 zone. There's Herring. No good. George Nelson with the rebound. Looking to feed Isaiah Hinson. Hinson up. Layup is good. Gets the roll. As Salesianum will keep their half-court press zone. Over for Basall. Finds the middle to Johnson. Johnson drives. Pivots. James Lauer took it from him. James Lauer down the court for Isaiah Hinson. Hinson guarded by Johnson. Over for Hines. Hines, step back 3. Is good! Justin Hines!
Beautiful. As you saw on that last power possession, Johnson tried his best 1v4 in the middle of the paint. Not the best decision, and he felt the consequences there. With the ball stolen from him, and a 3 by Justin Hines, bringing up the 13 points tonight. 4 for 4.
Yeah, Liam, he's having an amazing game so far, making his defensive impact as the student section's starting to come alive. As we'll look to this replay of Justin Hines' pass through. We'll get back in action. Isaiah Hinson in a one-man press. Herring with the ball over for Basall. Salesian transitioning to a hybrid zone. Herring drives out for Basall. Crowded by 2 defenders. Dom Downs and Isaiah Hinson. Over for Robert Kelly. Guarded by Hines. Back over for Basall. Finds Herring in the corner. He drives. Gets it to go. Corey Herring off the bench, having a very good impact. As Hines has Luke Brown now out on the wing, takes a dribble in. Gets an unfriendly bounce. As Herring brings the ball up for Basall. Herring over for Basall, back over for Herring. He drives once again and doesn't get a bounce as well. That will be out. Out all Salesianum as RJ Johnson takes a tumble into the crowd. As it will remain Howard possession.
Seeing a lot of this one-man press diamond formation out of Sally's. We'll see how much they can adjust here.
There's Matthews into Johnson. Cannot get the layup to go. RJ Johnson with the rebound. Up for Luke Brown. Spin move. Could not get the layup to go. would have been the highlight of the night so far. As Herring takes a tough floater, gets it to go. Brings the game back within 4.
Not a lot of pressure there from Sally's on that last drive.
As Dom Down shoots a 3. Sophomore's no good. Rebound to side Drummond. For Herring, bringing it back up. He's hot right now. Out for Kelly. Kelly down to Drummond, and he gets it to go. It's back to a 1-possession game. As Isaiah Hinson looks to settle down. Over for Luke Brown. Finds R.J. Johnson, guarded by Drummond. Pulls back and gets a foul called on the side. Drummond, his first of the night. As George Nelson will check in for Justin Hines. And we'll get our first look at Ronald Handy for Howard.
George Nelson, last time we saw him, was absolutely electric. We'll see if he can pull another show like that here.
As Dom Downs is in the 3, in the corner, could not quite get it. It's another unfriendly bounce. Liam, it seems like that rim doesn't really like any of the Salesianum players right now.
No, it does not. They need to make sure they're making these easy shots. If they were able to pull some of these in, there would definitely be a little less noise coming from that Howard crowd right now.
As George Nelson picks up his first foul of the game, and Dom Downs will check out for Justin Hines for Salesianum.
A lot of tired men on that Salesianum offense and defense.
As they run their motion, out of bounds look again, as Isaiah Hinson is called for the foul. That will be his first, team's second of the quarter. As Handy gets the ball, hands off for Herring. As that will be another foul call on Isaiah Hinson.
Sally's with a little bit more press as this half starts to wind down a little bit more.
That'll be Hinson's second. As Herring will look to reset the offense. Going right at George Nelson. Out for Kelly, who turns it over as Justin Hines turns it right back over. Andy fakes the 3. Drive by Matthews. And another turnover. Some sloppy basketball from these two teams as Isaiah Hinson will check out for James Lauer.
Little miscommunication between both teams as both those last 2 possessions ended very quickly with a missed pass.
As Hines will take the rights as the point guard, bringing the ball up. Going against Robert Kelly. Gets a screen from Johnson, crosses over Matthews. Mid-range is no good. Rebound, James Lauer. Looking for help, finds R.J. Johnson. He's no good on his layup. A lot of contact, but couldn't get it to go. As Kelly will give it up for Herring with George Nelson on him. Drummond. Looking for Kelly, couldn't find anybody. Finally finds Herring. He looks to turn the corner. Gets an easy, uncontested layup.
Herring just rounding these corners as fast as he can, and we're seeing it right there, resulting in a layup.
As Justin Hines takes the ball up, finds James Lauer on the wing. Finds a popping Luke Brown, who looks to drive. Drummond on him, finds Justin Hines cutting. Nearly stolen, and now it is by Drummond. Drummond pushing the break, as they will call that a foul on R.J. Johnson. On the shot, so that'll be 2 free throws for Desai Drummond.
We can see Howard pulling in some of their taller men with Desai coming in here, and it seems to be proving well as another foul is drawn.
As that will be Archie Johnson's first on the night. As Basal will be checking in at the conclusion of this free throw. Free throw is no good. Score stays tied. As Pat McGuinn will check in for R.J. Johnson, Basaw in for Robert Kelly. As Drummond goes to attempt his second. As the second one is good. As George Nelson will take it up. Guarded by Harry. To find Lauer. Screen by McGuinn for Hines. Hines looking to lead the offense. Double screen by Lauer and McGuinn. Hines turns the corner, finds George Nelson. His three, no good. Pat McGuinn fighting for the rebound. And they will call a foul. As that will be the 5th team foul of the quarter. First on McGuinn. And that was not an offensive foul, so it will result in free throws for Howard. As the new rule this year, 5 team fouls in 1 quarter gives you 2 free shots as a team. As Rashawn Matthews attempts his first. It's no good.
That new rule really not looking to come to Salesianum's benefit there, but they're able to get lucky with that first shot. We'll see if they can get lucky again on the second.
RJ Matthews attempts his second. Student section turn. This strategy not as effective for the students. As RJ Matthews hits the second. As Jamal Johnson will check back in. Ronald Handy comes with Isaiah Hinton bringing the ball up. Lays it off for Hines. Hines looking to attack. Gets his layup to go. We are back to a tie game at 26. Justin Hines as Basaw pulls up and misses a 3. Offensive rebound by Johnson. Deep 3. No good for RJ Matthews, but a foul is called on the other RJ Johnson.
These offensive rebounds are really not good for Salesianum, especially with such a big height difference. They really need to make sure that they can keep possession of this ball, or else it's going to be a tough game for everybody.
Yes, that is RJ Johnson's second foul. It looked like maybe Basaw just tripped over him. They called a foul. First free throw is good. With around 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Basaw hits the second. Pat McGuinn brings the ball into Isaiah Hinton. Screen by McGuinn. He bails. Off for Hines. Hines looking to attack once again. Pull up Jay. It's good. Justin Hines can do no wrong shooting the ball tonight. As Basaw has Hinton. Over for Matthews. He looks to go to work against Luke Brown. Crosses over. Drives. Can't get the layup to go. Looking high for Hinton, could not get it. Robert Kelly with a good defensive recovery.
They need to make sure they take their time. They're acting like there's only a couple seconds left when they still have over a minute.
Great hustle there from Luke Brown, has a clear lane. As he's ran into by Jamal Johnson on the fast break. As Justin Hines comes up limping.
He was laid out on that play, and he looks pretty upset about it. Their best, Salesianum's best player, Howard, just pushes over.
Yeah, Liam, it looks like they might be arguing a non-basketball foul if you're Coach Trev right now. I don't know if he'll get much leniency from the officials. That's Justin Hines. His first.
Hines with 17 points so far, leading both teams.
As James Lauer looks to check him out if he hits this one. And he does. And we'll get some hard-earned rest. As I assume Doc Joe will check him out. As we get our first look at Nasir Logan. And George Nelson also checks back in. Isaiah Hinson comes out.
This injury is definitely not a good thing for Salesianum, as we hope we can get him back by the second half.
Yeah, he looks like he's in some serious pain. As R.J. Matthews has the ball guarded by Luke Brown. A little bit of a defensive miscommunication. R.J. Matthews blocked by James Lauer. He gets his own rebound. Saves it before it could go out of bounds.
Another offensive rebound there.
As Basal has Luke Brown. 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Herring versus Nelson. Screen by Johnson. He looks to drive. Floater. No good. Luke Brown grabs the rebound. Trying to find somebody. Finds Nasir Logan. The junior brings the ball up the court. Not looking to be in any hurry. 20 seconds left in the half. Luke Brown up top. Over for Nelson. Nelson finds Lauer. Looking like they're going to waste some time here. Hope for the final shot. Logan. Off for Lauer. 10 seconds left. Nelson gets ripped by R.J. Matthews. Nasir Logan hustles back. Could not do anything. And that will be the end of the first half as Howard takes the lead 30-29. Liam, with Howard, the 1-point lead going into half, what did you see from them?
I saw a lot of aggressive behavior from them. They, as we mentioned multiple times, this height difference is not good for them, but they seem to be unbothered by it, scoring 30 points so far. This 1-point lead, between these two teams, they're fighting a lot over this 1-point lead going into this next half. I mean, you saw Sally's wasting as much time as possible so that they can leave this half with the point differential, but they're unable to do that as Howard will now hold the lead as they come into the second half.
As the energy's looking higher than ever in this building, we'll be back for this second half of basketball.
They gotta move that thing. lot of names and names out this season. It's upsetting.
We are just about ready to get back underway here at the Burke, with Howard leading Salesianum 30-29 for this start.
Over this past half, these student sections have not settled down at all. Not a single person has left. And I don't know if you guys can hear it at home, but they were yelling this entire break.
They're all very excited for some good basketball. As James Lauer gets a big block. RJ Matthews in the corner, no good. Luke Brown fighting for the rebound. We'll call it off Howard. Off Jamal Johnson, specifically Salesianum ball. As Howard will move back into their base defense. Isaiah Hinson brings the ball up. Getting our first look back at Zach Swartout. Swartout ball. Pass to RJ Johnson, his cut no good. The finish by Luke Brown off the offensive rebound. We talked about crashing this offensive glass with the height mismatch. Luke Brown doing it to perfection there as Jenkins has the ball, looking to push RJ Matthews. Back for Jenkins. Jenkins in the corner for Lane. Three, no good. Offensive rebound. Matthews in the paint to Jenkins. Jenkins looking to drive. Finds Basaw. Basaw, three, good.
With the exception of that last Legion possession, offensive rebounds have been a big problem for Salalies, with Luke Brown being the only person to have over one offensive rebound.
As they feed Hinson in the paint. Finds Swartout in the other corner. He likes to bring it back out for Hinson. Base on Hinson. Hinson likes the matchup. Takes the three. It's good! Isaiah Hinson answers the three with one of his own. Jenkins brings the ball back for Basaw. Basaw for Jenkins. Jenkins looking to drive. Steal by James Lauer. Isaiah Hinson running in transition. James Lauer takes it himself. Can't quite get it to go. As he will head to the line. And we'll shoot two. That foul against Jamal Johnson, his second of the night. Team's first of this half. As Lauer sinks his first free throw.
Roles reversing a little bit there in that past minute or two, as the Sallies was able to pull possession away from that steal.
And he hits the second as well. So possibly a little bit of momentum shifting. I think if Salesianum gets another stop and another score, it will definitely shift in their favor as Jenkins gets the ball up top. Scanning, finds Lane, he pulls a three. It's no good. James Lauer with the rebound. Zach Swartout looking to push. Is scanning, finds RJ Johnson. He dishes it back out to Lauer. James Lauer finds RJ Johnson once again. The extra pass is intercepted by Basaw. Howard takes possession. Basaw brings the ball up. Over for RJ Matthews. He's searching. Basaw. Has Hinson on him. RJ Matthews thinks three, decides against it. Johnson. Back over for Jenkins. Around the volleyball line. Basaw. Finds RJ Matthews. He takes a three. It's no good. Another offensive rebound by Howard. Lane penetrates. No good on his floater. James Lauer defensive rebound. Zach Swartout up for Isaiah Hinson. He's looking to drive. Hop step. Floater's good. Isaiah Hinson starting to take over here a little bit in the third. Liam, we mentioned earlier in Howard's past game against St. E's, they struggled in the third quarter. So far, they're down 6 in this quarter. Finds RJ Matthews back for Jenkins. Crosses over, gets into the lane. Blocked by James Lauer. Saved by Basaw, over to Jenkins. Blocked again by James Lauer. Basaw out on the perimeter. Turns it over to RJ Johnson.
This defensive pressure is really coming in big here with RJ in the steal and James Lauer with an amazing block twice on that one possession.
James Lauer looking like absolute lockdown right now. Timeout Howard. As the student section is excited, as we'll see the replay of this James Lauer possession. Leon coming off the bench tonight. Lauer's made a big impact. There's his first. Saved back into Jenkins. He decides to test his luck again. There's another one.
They're really going to need this extra aggressiveness coming from James Lauer, as I'm yet to see Justin Hines take this court, coming off that injury late in the second quarter.
Yeah, from what I heard, it does not look good. Possibly something with his knee. You always hate to see knee injuries as a basketball player.
They're really going to need to compensate here, but as I've seen so far, they have yet to slow down. Even with James Hines, they're the biggest scorer so far in this game out.
I just got word that Justin Hines is now in the ice bath. Bad ankle sprain. Can't really put too much pressure on it, so that's not a good sign for Salesianum, as they will bring the ball in for Zach Swartout.
I would agree it's not a good sign, yet I still have no doubt seeing these first 2 minutes.
As the 5 out on the court is Swartout, Hinson, R.J. Johnson, Luke Brown, and James Lauer. As R.J. Johnson wisely throws it off the Howard defender. That's off Tion Jenkins. He's a little shaken, getting up. The Salesianum will retain possession. Ref check to see if Jenkins is okay, and he is. Ball in for Hinson. Uses his strength. Foul against Jenkins. That will be his second of the game.
You would think just by having RJ, Lauer, and Brown here at the same time, you're really expecting something big from these 3 gentlemen. But you see Jenkins here, despite not being one of those 3 mentioned, he is still coming in clutch with these aggressive plays.
As Hinson hits his first free throw, bringing him up to 11 points on the night. Stays perfect from the free throw line. Now has 12. So down 7. Howard brings the ball up. Over for Basall. Back to Jenkins. He wasn't looking. Loose ball. Jenkins recovers. Finds Basall once again. Salesianum defense scrambling. They reset a little bit. Finds R.J. Matthews in the corner where he travels.
We are still seeing the same agility coming from Howard, yet there's something lacking from this offense that I just can't put my finger on.
As Swartout brings the ball up, guarded by Jenkins. James Lauer trying to find himself open, and he does. Luke Brown up top. Finds Zach Swartout. Looking for Hinson off an elevator screen. R.J. Johnson goes to work, finds Zach Swartout, who drives. No foul, layup no good. Luke Brown with the offensive rebound, it's good. Luke Brown has been absolutely killing on the offensive glass tonight, as that's his 4th offensive rebound. As there's a little bit of confusion, cooler heads prevail. Howard will take back possession. Jenkins feeds it off to Basall. Salesianum stays in their hybrid zone. Howard looking to feed the middle and kick out the shooters. Basall on the wing. Back for Jenkins. Jenkins finds Johnson in the corner. Blocked by James Lauer. Will stay Howard possession. That's James Lauer's 6th block of the night, as Pat McGuinn will check in for R.J. Johnson. James Lauer has looked phenomenal at home, as they will call James Lauer on crossing the plane on the inbound. Not sure exactly what that means in the grander scheme, as he set it to the table, possibly just a warning, as Jenkins gets the ball from out of bounds. That's a very tough finish there from Bryson Lane. The sophomore guard really showing off his bag there. James Lauer finds Luke Brown, who pulls it back out. Finds Hinson on a screen. Hinson throws it away. Zach Swartout looks to retain it. Couldn't quite. Jenkins on the fast break. He resets the offense. Back for Johnson. In the corner for Lane. Looked like James Lauer got a piece of that one too. Isaiah Hinson with the rebound, looking to push. Crosses over Lane, drives, gets picked by Jenkins. Pat McGuinn on the defense, as Jenkins will go for the reverse layup. Doesn't get the roll. Salesianum will take back possession as R.J. Johnson checks in for Luke Brown.
We're seeing from this Howard offense, they are just bouncing this ball all around the three-point line, only every once in a while driving in, but that's only worked once or twice so far coming into this third quarter. As our theory about not being able to keep this consistency going in the third quarter.
I mean, Liam, if I'm playing against somebody as Isaiah Hinson takes a three, is no good. Lane with the rebound. If I'm playing against somebody with 7 blocks, that would surely deter me from the rim as well. R.J. Matthews for Herring. Basaw finds R.J. Matthews in the middle. Off the glass, no good. R.J. Johnson with the rebound. Finds Hinson, who scans. Screen by Johnson. Hinson tries to find him. R.J. Matthews stolen. And Herring almost got the tough way to go. Excuse me. That's Bryson. Excuse me once again. That's Nicholas Basaw. Could not get the lay to go. Will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. That'll be Zach Swartout's 3rd foul of the night. He's got to be careful. So here's Basaw's first free throw. It's good. As Desai Drummond will check back into the game, and we'll get our first look at the sophomore guard, Caden Brown. As R.J. Matthews checks out as well. Basaw's second free throw is up and good. As Isaiah Hinson will bring the ball in. Howard shooting 75% on their free throws tonight. James Lauer finds R.J. Johnson, who looks to drive against Drummond. Spin move. Finds Lauer in the corner for 3. No good. Air ball. Luckily for him, R.J. Johnson. Big offensive rebound and tough finish.
R.J., mind you, chewing gum while just boxing out 3 guys and getting the end one there to finish that.
Yeah, Luke Brown started off the first half being very effective on the offensive glass. R.J. Johnson has taken over his role during the second half. Has been great for Salesianum as he gets his free throw to go. His 5th point on the night. Sincere Logan will check in, as well as George Nelson for Isaiah Hinson and Zach Swartout. Up for Herring. Basaw, back for Herring. Looking like they're trying to overload one side. That ball off R.J. Johnson after Drummond couldn't hold it. The minute 20 seconds left in this third quarter. Caden Brown to inbound for Howard. Stolen by Pat McGuinn. Finds R.J. Johnson. Finds his speediness here, Logan. Goes to the lane. Couldn't quite get it to go. Drummond gets the rebound. As Caden Brown goes up the court. Couldn't quite find anybody. Still searching. Eventually finds Basaw, who sets up the offense. They find Brown in the corner. Over for Herring. Basaw, Caden Brown. He looks a little bit trapped in the corner. George Nelson on Basaw. Basaw attempts the spin move, couldn't quite get it. Out for Drummond. There's Lane. Lane could not quite get it to go, but is fouled. Will go to the line to shoot 2.
Howard again having trouble getting inside that three-point line as they spent a very long time on that shot clock, just not a solid foot or 2 away from that three-point line, just unable to get past this amazing Sally's defense.
As James Lauer will pick up his first foul of the game. As Lane cannot quite hit the first free throw. As we'll get a couple subs in. Robert Kelly looking to sub in for the shooter. Isaiah Hinson subs in for Pat McGuinn. So Bryson Lane, the sophomore guard, attempting his second free throw. It's no good once again. R.J. Johnson with the big rebound. Finds George Nelson. Free layup, It's good. His second field goal on the night, giving him 4. As Basaw finds lane. Back off to Basaw. 15 seconds left in this quarter. Guarded by Nasir Logan, drives by. Blocked by R.J. Johnson. Almost rebounded by James Lauer. R.J. Johnson with the contest, no good. Drummond gets the 2. Finds Isaiah Hinson, is fouled. And Liam, that's big because Howard has 4 team fouls, making this their 5th. Has 2 free throws. Does Isaiah Hinson right now. Looking to extend this lead to double digits.
Yeah, you're really seeing Howard really struggled in that third quarter. I mean, I wouldn't exactly say they were bad, but they weren't reflecting the kind of play I was expecting coming out of that first half. These fouls really coming in at a bad point here for Howard, but Zallies will gladly take these extra points to extend their lead even more. Crowd starting to warm up.
As it will be 2 free throws for Isaiah Hinson. 2.6 seconds left on the clock in this third quarter. Misses the first. His first miss from the free throw line this game. For his second, Hinson is no good once again. R.J. Johnson with a big rebound. Gets the layup to go. As the clock will tick down. Basket is good from Johnson. So the final score of the third quarter, 49-39. Salesianum leads Howard. For Salesianum, that was a 20-point quarter against the 9-point quarter from Howard. A big momentum shift. Liam, we talked about it pregame. Howard struggles in the third quarter. They didn't do great that quarter. I don't know how else to put it, Liam. This is where they lost the game against St. E's. Kind of looks like they may have lost the game here now.
I would say otherwise. They have a lot more in store, I would say. Although this Howard team looks completely different than what they were before. What they were before this second half started, I would expect something to see a little bit more out of them. I don't want them to...
Yeah, it's important that Salesianum doesn't lose momentum here as we look at the replay of that last play by R.J. Johnson, gathering the missed free throw by Isaiah Hinson. Big momentum shift. You know, you think a missed free throw, easy rebound, maybe get up a shot for Howard. R.J. Johnson takes advantage of that lack of hustle from Howard. Gets an easy 2.
That lack of hustle really a big point for Howard, as we're not seeing that as much here. Sally's before this second half started, Howard was leading in steals by a tremendous amount, but Sally's was easily able to match that by getting as many steals, maybe even more in that third quarter. We'll see how or if they try to adjust for this fourth quarter, and if Sally's can remain keeping the ball in their own hands for as long as they can.
This has been a pretty common theme for both teams tonight. Not really getting a guy to inbound the ball quickly enough. Ref puts it down. Salesianum quickly scrambles as Zach Swartout will look to command. In the corner for James Lauer. Couldn't quite get a handle on the ball. Not a great way to start out the fourth quarter, but you have a little bit of a cushion, so you have some time to make up for it. Yes, here's Basaw. Guarded by Hinson. Looks like Salesianum went back to man defense. Nasir Logan guarding Tion Jenkins. Herring guarded by Hinson. Out for Johnson. Elects to go back to Basaw. Reset the offense. Jenkins with Nasir Logan on him. Lockdown defense. Back out for Basaw. Zach Swart out on Herring. Herring fighting inside. Couldn't quite get it. Zach Swart out with the steal. Spins, pushes the ball, gets it to Hinson. Hinson with Herring on him, finds Logan. Logan for 3, no good. James Lauer offensive rebound out for Zach Swartout. He drives, easy layup for Zach Swartout. That play was really made by James Lauer, crashing the offensive glass. Man, he's had a tremendous night tonight as Nasir Logan gets the steal for Isaiah Hinson, looking to push the ball. Takes advantage of the height mismatch against Jenkins. Tough layup, couldn't quite get it to go. Johnson with the rebound.
Just so much aggression coming from both these teams as it's starting to look more and more like a rugby match.
As Johnson finds the corner, drives back, give and go. Looked like Basal wasn't quite ready for the ball there. Drops it out of bounds. As Luke Brown will check back in for James Lauer. The 5 on the floor now. Luke Brown, RJ Johnson, Zach Swartout, Isaiah Hinson, and Nasir Logan. As Zach Swartout's in trouble, stolen by Jenkins. Jenkins gets the and 1 to go. Foul on Isaiah Hinson.
James Lauer getting a much needed break there as he spent almost the entirety of the third quarter playing, being a tremendous help here without Hines being here. So his defensive pressure has been much needed.
As Jenkins will look to and he does get the old-fashioned three-point play. Hits the free throw. Isaiah Hinson pressured. Finds RJ Johnson, who easily breaks the press to Luke Brown. Luke Brown decides to reset to Nasir Logan. Jenkins on him. A lot of contact. Tries to get it out to Luke Brown. Does. Jenkins, heavy pressure. Falls to the ground. Basal. Stripped from behind by Zach Swartout. Layup short. Fought for by Zach Swartout and Herring. Zach Swartout ends up winning that one. Timeout. Coach Trevisan. Salesianum looks to collect themselves heading into the last 5 minutes and 50 seconds of this game. Leading 51-42. We will take a short break and be right back. We will get back underway. As you can see in the shot there, Justin Hines sitting on the sideline, ankle wrapped with crutches next to him. As Swartout beats Lauer, looks to drive, almost throws it away. Luckily for him, Hinson was lounging in the backcourt, finds Luke Brown on the cut, and he gets up for the slam. Luke Brown, 7 points tonight. Has made his impact known in the paint as he's on Herring. Zach Swartout with the steal. Gets sprung by Lauer. Layup for Zach Swartout is good. Jenkins brings the ball back up.
This ball truly has never been in a single person's hand, and it's been really hard to decide who exactly has possession of the ball, as it just keeps going back and forth.
As Howard misses their three by Robert Kelly, up for Lauer. Lauer has Kelly on and picks up his dribble. Finds Luke Brown in the corner. Luke Brown trying to find RJ Johnson, couldn't quite do it. Stole by Herring. Herring down the court, Zach Swartout on him. Blocked by James Lauer! Out of nowhere! LeBron-esque Zach Swartout down the other side. Couldn't get the layup to go. Rebounded by RJ Johnson. He's fighting. Finds Isaiah Hinson. 4-3. No good. RJ Johnson gets the rebound. Couldn't quite get the layup to go. But he sent to the free throw line. 4-2. But not after getting a technical foul. Looked like he was chatting a little bit too much after drawing that foul call.
He just has been pushing anybody in his way as if they're nothing. He just doesn't matter if there's 4 even if the entire team is on him, he'll just push right through them and get that layup.
Yeah, it looked like he reverted back to football a little bit, being a star D lineman. It's hard when, when you're bigger and stronger than everybody else to, minimize your strength, but couldn't quite do it there. Let Howard hear about it afterward.
He does not seem to find a problem with using his strength.
He'll shoot his 2 free throws now. And then afterward, Howard will shoot their 2 technical free throws. As he hits the first. Now has 8 points on the night. As Pat McGuinn will wait to check in for him. Second free throw is up and good. So Pat McGuinn will check in. Howard will take their 2 technical free throws. So a 15-point lead, looking to get minimized here by Howard. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. As Nicholas Basall will take the free throws for Howard. First free throw is up and good. As for the second, no good. So it will remain a 14-point game. Howard will take possession.
If they're really looking to pull a win out of this one, they are going to need more than just a couple points. They're going to need a complete momentum shift, as Sally's is looking almost unstoppable so far in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, and the Salesianum student section really can't let that happen. They've got to keep this energy up. You got to lead, got to maintain it. Don't let Howard overpower you in terms of cheering as they find Basall.
And that could be just what Howard needs.
As that foul will be on Luke Brown, his first of the game. Basall looks to get the old-fashioned and 1. Team's 3rd of this quarter. As Basall will look to convert. His free throw's up and no good, so couldn't quite get it. Sword out to Hinson off the rebound. Hinson with Basall on him. Wrapped up by R.J. Matthews. Looks like Matthews knew he fouled him, much to the dismay of the Howard coach. Salesianum will inbound with James Lauer. As that will be R.J. Matthews' first foul on the night. Zach Swartout finds Luke Brown on the wing. Brown finds Hinson, back cut. Loses the ball for a second. Tries to find Pat McGuinn, runs into him. Gets called for a travel.
Luke not expecting a pass there, even though he's been so dominant so far within that 3-point line.
That is his 4th turnover on the night. So he's had a very good impact in the paint tonight. Has been a little bit loose with the ball, but has overall had a net positive. R.J. Matthews with the ball. Finds Basall. Basall drives, corner. Alfred Johnson looking 3, no good. As that foul will be on the ground. Goes against Pat McGuinn. His 2nd on the game, Salesianum's 4th this quarter. R.J. Johnson checks back in the game for Luke Brown. 12-point lead for Salesianum. As they seem to adjust to this inbound play much better this time. As Lane will get the ball out. Guarded by R.J. Johnson. He trips. R.J. Johnson with the steal. Looking to push the ball. Slows it down a little bit, crosses over, finds Lauer in the corner. Alfred Swartout settles it down. Pat McGuinn with the screen for Isaiah Hinson. Hinson thinking 3, no good. Rebounded by R.J. Matthews. Basall pushing. Very athletically up there for Basall. Looking to settle it back down is Isaiah Hinson.
An amazing jump and shot there after taking advantage of that missed 3 by Hinson earlier.
As they will call A timeout. Smartly seeing Isaiah Hinson in trouble. 3 Howard defenders around him. And that timeout will be with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left. Salesianum up 57-47. We'll take a short break and be back. We are just about to get back.
Howard pushing in this lead by 4 points, taking a full minute and a half to do so. If they really want to pull a win out of here, they're going to need to do a little bit more, a little bit faster.
As we will see Ronald Handy check back into the game. One of the taller players for Howard at 6'1". The Salesianum's a little bit slow to get out of the huddle. They'll face repercussions. Although they do not put the ball down, Zach Swartout gets over there in time. Swartout inbound for R.J. Johnson. Back to Swartout. Looks to set up the offense. Finds Hinson, guarded by Basaw. R.J. Johnson couldn't get the cut. Finally gets fed in the post. Finds Pat McGuinn cutting. McGuinn gets the floater to go. Patrick McGuinn, his first points of the night, coming at a critical time. Basaw, guarded by Hinson. Searching for an option, finds Lane, guarded by Swartout. 4-on-4. Lane drives. Could not get the layup to go. Sought contact from R.J. Johnson, got it. Gets screened by Johnson. As Isaiah Hinson thinks 3, it's a 4-on-5. Got to work the inside here. They find the corner to Swartout. Swartout pulls it back out. James Lauer up for Isaiah Hinson. This lane looks to be in a lot of discomfort right now. R.J. Matthews pressures Isaiah Hinson. He pulls back. 3, ball is good! Isaiah Hinson may have just put the exclamation point on this game.
15 points here tonight, catching up to Hines, even though he might be out.
As James Lauer covering Ronald Handy for Howard. Tries to find Lane, couldn't quite handle the ball. As Corey Herring will check back into the game. Lane checks out, Nasir Logan back into the game for Pat McGuinn.
Since that timeout, the only thing that's happened is Sally's making this lead just that much larger.
Hope for Swartout, breaks the press. In and out dribble to Nasir Logan. Finds Hinson, drive, floater, no good. Zach Swartout tried to go up, ended up setting a screen. R.J. Johnson gets it to go. His 11th point on the night.
R.J.'s 6th offensive rebound. As him and Luke Brown have been dominating.
As there's Herring for 3. It's good. Corey Herring has definitely left his impact on the game. Unfortunately for Howard, has not quite been enough. As there's a timeout by Coach Trevisan. Looking to get everything in order to hopefully close out this game. And we'll look back at the replay from Isaiah Hinson on his snatchback 3. May have just put the dagger in as he loses R.J. Matthews. It's a big shot.
That Salesian crowd has done nothing but gotten bigger as the night has gone on. Not a single person leaving their seat and making sure to support their brothers.
As we come out of this timeout, score is 64-50, Salesianum's favor. Inbounded to RJ Johnson, who breaks the half-court line, Euro steps, gets the roll. RJ Johnson has been a playmaker for Salesianum tonight.
His 13th point, as every team member so far has been getting closer and closer to these teens.
Has really shown off his bag. Springs Zach Sword out is James Lauer. The reverse layup, no good. RJ Johnson there once again.
As he reaches 15 now.
Shooting 6 of 9 from the field. Has played a large impact on tonight's game. As we near 30 seconds left. As Basaw gets the floater to go off glass. Zach Sword out to inbound the ball, gets it into Hinson. Ripped by Basaw. Will stay Salesianum possession. Clock stops, 19 seconds. As Brady McBride will check in for Nasir Logan. Excuse me, for RJ Johnson. As Salesianum sings happy birthday to Brady McBride as it is today. Isaiah Hinson looks to break the press. Couldn't quite do it by himself, gets fouled. That will go against Herring.
Hines still on the sideline, obviously out for the rest of the game, so we can only hope to see him again in this next Sally's matchup on Thursday against St. Mark's. Despite being out for such a long time, he had 17 points. For contrast, Hinson and RJ both had 15. So despite being out for over half of this game, he's still outscoring his team.
Yeah, luckily for Howard, they'll get a chance tomorrow night against McKean at McKean. And then for Salesianum, they will get a chance to extend their winning streak against St. Mark's Thursday night in a highly anticipated rivalry match. As we near 10 seconds left in this game. Zach Sword will look to inbound the ball. Finds Isaiah Hinson. Pressured by Ronald Handy. Isaiah Hinson puts on a couple moves. Brady McBride for 3, no good. Rebound by Herring. A little extra there from James Lauer. As there will be free throws now for Corey Herring. As he will look to increase his stats a little bit. Liam Herring has had a very good night off the bench. He's been a very good, impactful player on the defensive side and has also created a lot of opportunities for his teammates. Has not been afraid to shoot, has hit a couple, missed a couple. But overall was one of the bright spots for Howard as he misses the second. Clock goes dead. Salesianum beats Howard High School 68-53 at home. Liam, what are your thoughts?
I am just ecstatic about this win. This win for Sally's will pull them for a 3-game win streak so far. This is the first streak they've had over 2 for both wins and losses. So they've been pretty inconsistent with these streaks. So seeing a 3-game win streak is pretty exciting, and I'd like to see this this momentum continue throughout. This, however, for the Wildcats will lower them to a 3-game losing streak, which is a first for this team so far this season as well.
Yeah, I would say the two bright spots for Salesianum tonight had to be their second half scoring. Put up 29 in the first half, 39 in the second half, really propelled them forward. And then off the bench, James Lauer with an immense defensive impact, finished the game with 7 blocks, only 4 points, but really showed his impact in the paint, showed a lot of rim deterrence from Howard. And Liam, with that said, thank you for watching. Everyone at WSAL appreciates everyone at home. And until the next time, good night, God bless, go Sals!
I was going to say one more thing at the end there.